Welcome back. Singapore's Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong says a two-party political model cannot work in Singapore. Mr. Lee, who's also the ruling People's Action Party's Secretary-General, also says change must take place not between parties but within the PAP. As Ramesh again with this report.
Addressing the party's activists, Mr. Lee explained why tackling the economic crisis needs both a policy and political response.
We cannot sail through this storm on autopilot. The government has to lead, watch the changing environment, implement the policies which are needed, mobilize the Singaporeans, and to mount a national response to get us through. It's the party's business to provide this leadership for Singapore.
He adds that the country is much better off with one dominant party, as long as the PAP provides clean and good government and the lives of Singaporeans improve.
If the party doesn't work, if something goes wrong with the party, you can be sure new parties will come, new contests will come, people will spring up to take on the government in no time at all. But it is not our job to build up the opposition or to split the party into two. Because it's hard enough to find one team to look after the country. How can you find two?
Mr. Lee says as a small country, Singapore depends critically on an outstanding team of leaders to make up for the many limitations which the country faces. Hence, Singapore cannot compromise the quality of the nation's leadership. Mr. Lee says that every general election, the party brings in 20 or more new MPs and ministers, and that the progress of leadership renewal in the PAP determines whether Singapore will continue enjoying stability and good government in the long term.
Sports now in golf. India's Jeev Milkha Singh pipped the big